At the time, I was only 27 years old and had just gotten married. Life promised to be new and interesting, but I did not expect that one of the discoveries would be my mother-in-law. In her 50s, she had a striking beauty, kept herself in great shape. Her figure was slim, and her forms were clearly eye-catching. My father-in-law was a busy man. He was constantly traveling on business trips, and all his free time was almost always spent with friends fishing. His wife, that is, my mother-in-law, was often bored at home alone. At such times, she often invited me to her place, finding any excuse to meet. With each such visit, I noticed her pouring a huge stream of compliments on me. "How tall and strong you are," she would say, and her glances would sometimes make me blush. "I really like your eyes, your lips," she would add, and there was a certain note of sincerity and admiration in her voice. At first I took it as mere pleasantries, but as time went on I began to realize that there was much more behind these signs of attention. Eventually I began to realize that I was attracted to her, not just as a son-in-law, but as a man. This discovery was unexpected and at the same time flattering, because it opens up a new turn of events, a turn full of uncertainties and new sensations. Once, when my wife went to another city to her relatives to settle some affairs, I did not foresee how difficult it would be for me alone. Her absence for several weeks began to weigh on me. After a couple of days without her, I felt how much I lacked a woman's caress and warmth. And so one evening, when the loneliness seemed especially unbearable, the phone rang. It was my mother-in-law, who, as if sensing my inner discomfort, invited me to her place for dinner. There was a joke in her voice. "I'll be your wife tonight. I'll replace her for a while." Unable to resist, I replied, hoping for a joke, "So in all things will you be my wife?" Her laughter in response sounded so resonant and cheerful that I couldn't help but smile back, even in spite of my excitement. Her words, unexpected yet exciting, instantly dispelled my confusion. I immediately rushed to her, anticipating an evening that promised to be extraordinary. My mind was spinning with all sorts of thoughts about our upcoming encounter, about what boundaries we were going to cross this evening. But at the same time, I felt a strange excitement at the realization that something beyond the ordinary was about to happen. When I crossed the threshold of the apartment, my mother-in-law met me, dressed in an elegant short white dress that perfectly emphasized her graceful forms. My eyes involuntarily slid down her slender legs, noting every detail of her attractive figure, and especially the tantalizing roundness of her juicy ass. Upon entering the apartment, we hugged hello, and she kissed me lightly on the cheek. A warm feeling swept over me, enhanced by the enveloping scent of her perfume mixed with light notes of shampoo and shower gel. There was no doubt that she had carefully prepared for our meeting by taking a bath and applying light makeup that further emphasized her natural beauty. As we settled at the table in the cozy living room, she deftly offered me a drink to lighten the atmosphere, to which I enthusiastically responded. Soon the conversation, bolstered by an excellent Irish whiskey, flowed smoothly into a more open and trusting one. The whiskey bottle was empty, as if to symbolize a readiness for deeper conversation. Reluctantly, our dialogue leaned towards adult topics, and at one point, I expressed my admiration for her incredibly slender legs. She laughed coquettishly and remarked that once upon a time her legs had indeed been a source of pride. I, half jokingly, half seriously, expressed my doubts about her words, suggesting that I see for myself their enduring beauty. To my surprise and delight, she, playfully playing along with my coquetry, agreed to such an unusual exploration. What began as an innocent invitation to dinner suddenly turned into a playful and trusting conversation, in which every word and gesture added a sense of rapprochement and mutual interest, promising an unpredictable continuation of the evening. That evening, our conversation flowed smoothly from the living room to the bedroom, where, as if obeying an unknown impulse, we found ourselves on the bed. In the semi-darkness of the room, we let ourselves forget everything in the world and indulged in passion, which seized us with unexpected force. The experience in my mother-in-law's arms was so unique and vivid that it left an indelible mark in my heart and mind, leaving behind all previous impressions. Since then, our connection with my mother-in-law has been transformed into something more than just a kinship relationship. Despite the accepted norms and rules, we have found the courage to listen to our desires, and from time to time allow ourselves to delve into the world of our secret fantasies. Each of our meetings, carefully hidden from prying eyes, becomes a little adventure filled with excitement and thrill. This secret, kept under 7 locks, has become a special code of our mutual understanding and respect for each other's boundaries. No soul outside of our little conspiracy knows what binds us together, especially my wife. And that makes each of our secret rituals even more valuable and meaningful, because in these moments, we can really be ourselves without fear of judgment and prejudiced views. Did you like this story? Let us know in the comments what you liked. Subscribe to our storytelling podcast. Also, don't forget to like and ring the bell so you don't miss more interesting stories. See you soon.